Good morning, my friends. So I am halfway through Chloe's workout. I had to stop. I didn't record while I was waiting for the school bus to arrive because that would have been a bit of a pain. So halfway through, I'm doing the 2022 Summer Shred Challenge. So I'll be doing this one and however much of the next one I can manage. I have basically stopped eating all the junk food again. So we're on, I think it's, just trying to think how many days since I've actually had anything in the way of bread with sugary shite on it. Saturday. So it's Wednesday here today in New Zealand. So today is effectively my fourth day without any of that sort of thing. I've got some more shifting around of stuff to do after this as well, because I need to shift a bookcase so that we can install the TV on the wall. So I am fed up with this setup that we have. So it's basically, sorry, great view of my arm. That is probably a 1980s or 1990s TV stand, which is really designed for like a probably 30-something inch TV. And we currently have a 50-inch TV on it. I mean, it's an old 50-inch TV from 2010, but it's still not designed for it. So we need to get it up on the wall and work out what the hell we're going to do with all the other stuff that's currently in there, like the Xbox and the Freeview, which we never actually use. I can't remember the last time we actually watched TV. And the DVD player, which we keep because it's multi-zone. And we've got a few DVD players which are either American or I think they might all be American. So we need multi-zone. So aside from that, I have also cleared out the chest of drawers that was in my studio, and I now have space to put the overlocker in when it arrives next month. So I've still got to work out where I'm going to put some of the fabric that's sitting there. I can't do any actual putting together of patterns at the moment because, so this is the window I normally use for that, and if I look downwards you can see that there is a lot of stuff there and I can't actually get to that window at the moment. We've got other windows I could use, but they're not as big and they have bars, where there's opening windows and things, or in the case of the sliding doors they have bars in the middle because you don't have a sliding door that's completely glass because it's just too dangerous. So anyhow, that's basically how things are going at the moment. I've got another knitting competition starting tomorrow as well, so there'll be more knitting. So anyhow, let's get this party back underway. Let's just pop you there. So I'm back in the dragon trousers. They were washed. It's just been a couple of days since the last time, so. Oh, lovely. Tuck jumps, high knees. I'm not very good at jumping stuff. Oh, Jesus. So, son still hasn't got a job yet. So I've got one son at school and the other one is at home. He wants to work I guess you could call it in logistics, basically warehousing. That's the part of his first job that he really, really enjoyed. So making sure that shelves were full and if they needed new stuff, he would let them know, that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm not sure how much of the second week I'll be doing. I'm basically feeling very much like I was when I first started this whole workout thing. And I suspect that's simply because I'm actually heavier than I was then. And I think that impacts my ability to do the exercises. So I have lost a little bit since even just in that 4 days that I haven't had anything in the way of supremely sugary stuff. I lost a bit, so I'll check again probably on Monday. I don't want to be on and off the scales all the time. It's not good for your mental health. But I'm hoping, or I should say the plan is that if I stop all that stuff, which I have, and just stick to things like fruit and maybe the odd almond or whatever, then hopefully what should happen is I should start losing some of this, because any jumping exercises, this goes bouncing up and down and it can actually get quite uncomfortable. Once this is reduced a bit, then hopefully my energy levels will also be increasing, especially considering I'm still doing all the workout stuff that I can. So yeah, I'm hoping that if all comes together well, that I should end up being able to do the 4 workouts, however many there are in a day on one of her plans, and also lose weight and become fitter, because although I'm fitter than I was, and I can tell that in general, I think it's a combination of the weight and whatever it was that I had that through 3 or so months back with the gastro thing, it's just set me back somewhat, which is annoying. So, but the important thing is I haven't given up. Throughout this whole thing, the only times that I haven't been working out, aside from rest days on her things, are when I actually am having an issue and just I don't have the extra energy to spare. So I haven't given up. And when I've had those issues, I've come back to it afterwards. Now, for me, this is unusual because in the past, anything like that has basically been the end of it all. I've got sick and I've stopped. I haven't come back to it. This time, I've got sick on a number of occasions through this whole thing. I've always come back to it. So, yeah, I'm actually quite proud of myself on that. Anyhow, let's get back to it. So we are basically 2/3 of the way through at this point, and we're about to start scissors. And apparently this is lots easier than the previous 2. So we'll see. That's why I stopped there. Being prone to a bit of reflux if I'm not careful, bouncing while birthing is not a good plan. Right. So very tight through here. That seems to be a standard issue for me. I may have to roll it at some point. So 2 more exercises after this, apparently. Okay, just gonna have a quick drink. So this is our glutamine and water. So you need to have it on an empty stomach, but it's helpful for repairing the bowel. So once I've finished it, I have to give it half an hour before I can have breakfast. Okay, I think the last one is squats. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing the next set of exercises, but I will be doing a few of my own. So the ones for my feet, because I have pretty much determined that my hip issues, and I suspect probably also my knee issues on the left side are actually coming from that foot. Okay, so the workout's finished. It's because the other day I went for a walk. I haven't had hip issues for a while. I went for a walk with my husband wearing a different pair of shoes. Didn't put my orthotics in, and my hip issues, by the time we got to the place we were going to, were just starting to flare up again. And by the time we got back to the car, they were most definitely flared, and they're still flared at the moment. Even though we're going back to the orthotics, I think it's going to take a wee while for them to go back. So effectively what that is saying is that I have to A, continue the exercises that I'm doing at the moment, and B, I pretty much have to wear orthotics all the time, unless I'm going barefoot. That doesn't seem to set it off the same. So I know my arch is fallen, so that could be part of the problem. So I need to work on that as well. Won't be doing that on video because you can't really see what you do anyway. It's basically tensing the foot between the ball of the foot and the heel, and sort of drawing them together using the muscles on the bottom of the foot. So yeah. So do little squat things. Right, and then we will do a hip flexor stretch. I will stretch both sides because they probably both need it. So it actually doesn't feel as bad as it did the other day, so that's good. So basically I've got my hip instead of back, it's tilted forward. And I'm just pushing on my rear end a little bit just to get a little more. Okay, that's that side done. Okay, so I guess I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this, but it's worth a try. Swivel this round so I've got something to hang on to. Oh yeah, should be able to. So this is a 6 kg weight. Oh, okay, it's getting hard now. 8, 9, 10. I'll do the same with the other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I think it works better using a dumbbell and basically one of those bands to tie it around your foot. So the only other exercise that I need to do is actually just to, normally I'd be able to do this. I've got a series of bands attached to the wall, basically just behind where the phone is. behind where the camera is. Normally I'll be able to do it there, but at the moment I can't get to it because of all the stuff. So do this one. So strengthen these guys here. Now working on the outer part of the hip. And it actually works the other leg at the same time in a slightly different way. So the other one that I would normally do, using the ones that are attached to the wall, is in that direction, but I'm going to have to do that without resistance today. Until I get that dining room and kitchen finished. I haven't got any further on them because I had too much other stuff on. I can't put all this stuff away, and I'd really like to be able to put all this stuff away. So basically, as soon as I get the basically as soon as I finish the next knitting competition, I'm going to have to get in there. I'm going to have to repair all the plaster joins which are stuffed. But there. Bright light. So if you look down here,